Okay, the first type of ground juggling that I'm going to do, which I just did a moment ago, but I'm going to do it slower so you can see how to do it. Start with the ball on either foot, strong foot, weak foot, doesn't matter. You want to pull the ball across your body, and as it rolls across your body, I want you to step over it with the other foot. So the ball comes across, step across, land the foot, and then grab the ball with that foot, pull it across again, step over, catch it, ball, and the opposite foot goes around in front and then catches it. And then you're going to learn really quickly that when you pull that ball across, that you can't pull it really fast, or you're not going to catch back up with it. So you have to have a light, soft touch, just a little flick, so it goes around on top of it. And it almost looks like you're dancing when you're doing some of these moves. But once again, it just teaches quick touches and ball control. And that's the first one that we're going to do. Okay, the next one we're going to do is known as three-toe touches, and then I like to modify it when you get better at it. What you're going to do with this one, first thing you're going to do, ball right in the middle, step on top of the ball with your strong foot, then put it down next to the ball, and then reach around behind with your weak foot, put your toes on top of the ball, and then bring that foot back and place it right next to your strong foot. Then you're going to bring your strong foot around in front, plant it next to the ball, take your weak foot, put it on top of the ball, then put it next to the ball so you're standing next to it again. Bring your strong foot around, touch it on top. So it ends up looking like a dance move where you're just going around, touch, stand, touch. Feet back together, around front, touch it every time you go over the ball, and then touch. So you keep going like this. And then you speed it up, and you start going like this. And when you get better at it, I like to throw in a little bit of a roll in there, and it makes it much more difficult. So as you're, instead of just touching the ball on top and putting your foot next to it, I like to take the ball and roll it and stop it with the other foot, and then come around and roll it and stop it. This makes it much harder. So you have to have much more control on the ball. And when you're doing this, you have to, the key is, to me at least, is when you have your foot on top of it, pull it and watch it into that foot. And sometimes the ball gets a little in front of you, you have to pull it where this foot is. So when you start getting quicker at it, pull it, stop it, roll it across. I missed it that time. Okay, now we're going to start our third form of ground juggling. This is going to be a combination of bobbles with some pullbacks, and just in a series, just bobble the ball back and forth. Then I want you to grab the ball, do an L behind, catch it with your other foot, pull it back towards this foot, and when it comes, pop it back with that foot. So it's going to look like this, little bobbles back and forth, L behind, grab the ball, and when you pull it back this direction, you have to hop on this foot and push that foot back out, so it looks like that. So you might want to get used to that, just catching it and pop it, and then you're actually going to grab it with this foot and then go right back into, once again, you catch it here, pop it back to that foot, catch it around, pop it back and forth, catch it around, back around, catch it behind. Our next ground juggling move we're going to do, an L behind, followed by a V pullback. So pull the ball behind you, bring it forward, step, grab the ball, pull it back and make a V and push out. Step, push out, V, L behind, V in front. Why is it called a V? Because you're taking the ball and you're pulling it towards you and making a V. The ball comes, makes a V, L behind, ball comes back and makes an L, comes back, makes an L shape. So just combining the two. Okay, our next move is going to be a drag scissors, and this one requires a very light touch on the ball, just like most of these, which is why we're doing them. So with this one, what you're going to do is you're going to take the ball, you're going to drag it one direction, and the same foot, you're going to step over it. And then you're going to have to stop it with your other foot. And the key to doing this successfully is going to be moving your opposite, the foot that's not touching the ball, is going to have to move this way so you can get around in time. So a very light touch when you're starting off, hit it very lightly, take a hop with the opposite foot, and around, and around, and around, and around. Okay, our next ground juggling move is going to be some bobbles, and then we're going to step on the ball, and you're going to roll it the other direction, and as you roll it, you're going to do a step over with the opposite foot. So you're going to roll it across your body, step over, and when the ball goes by you, you're going to turn 180 degrees. I'm going to be facing the chalkboard. Turn, you're going to catch the ball, and you're going to bobble it again, catch it, roll it, step over, catch it again. That's the sequence. The confusing part to me is when you roll and step over. The way I have to think about it is it's very similar to the roll step over. So if you practice that move where you're running down the field towards somebody, you roll the ball, step over, and go. It's very similar to that. So that's how I have to think about it. So to put it all together, start slowly, bobble the ball back and forth, pull it across, step over, bobble the ball back, pull, step over. Looks like that.